Welcome to Learning Science is Fun. My name is Jacob, and for today, we're going to discuss and learn more about Parkinson's disease. So, what is Parkinson's disease? Well, Parkinson's disease is a brain disorder that leads to shaking, stiffness, and difficulty walking and balance and coordination. Parkinson's symptoms usually begin gradually and it gets worse over time. As the disease progresses, people may have difficulty walking and talking. So, Parkinson's disease actually affects 0.3% of the population of 40-plus-year-old people in the world. That's about 7.5 million worldwide. So, age is a clear risk factor for Parkinson's, although most people develop the disease at about the age of 60. It's a common age where Parkinson's disease develops, and at their age range of 40 to 50, about 5 to 10% of people with Parkinson's have early onset disease, and this begins before the age of 50. So, both men and women can have it, but it affects 50% more men than women. So, Parkinson's may be hereditary, or it may be a cause of gene mutation. So, gene mutation, yeah. So, here we have the list of some of the genes that are affected by Parkinson's disease. They may be a long list, but we have 5 of them here. So, we have SNCA, Park2, LRRK2, PINK1, and Park7. So, first we have SNCA. SNCA makes the alpha protein, the protein's alpha-synuclein, and in brains of individuals with Parkinson's disease, this protein gathers in clumps called Lewy bodies. Mutations in the SNCA gene occur in early onset Parkinson's disease. Next, we have Park2 gene, which makes the protein parkane, which normally helps cells break down and recycle proteins. Next, we have LRRK2. The protein LRRK2 is also a protein kinase, and mutations in the LRRK2 gene have been linked to late onset Parkinson's disease. Next, we have PINK1. It is a protein kinase that protects mitochondria from stress. And mutations in this gene occurs in early onset Parkinson's disease. Mutations in this gene in Park7 cause a rare form of early onset Parkinson's disease. And Park7, normally, it makes the protein DJ1, which protects against mitochondrial stress. So, what happens when you have Parkinson's disease? When you have Parkinson's disease, nerve cells in the basal ganglia become impaired and or die. Parkinson's disease occurs when the nerve cells in the basal ganglia, which is an area that controls of the brain that controls the movement, became impaired and or die. Normally, these nerve cells or neurons produce an important brain chemical known as dopamine. And when the neurons die or become impaired, they produce less dopamine, which means it might cause the movement problems of Parkinson's. Next is, what are the symptoms of Parkinson's disease? So the Parkinson's disease has 4 main symptoms, which is first one, tremor in hands, jaws, legs, arms, or even head. Next is stiffness of the limbs and trunk. Next, we have slowness of movement. And lastly, impaired balance and or coordination, which sometimes leads to fall. Other symptoms may include depression and other emotional changes, difficulty swallowing, chewing, and speaking, and urinary problems or constipation, skin problems, and lastly, sleep disruptions. So, well then, how is Parkinson's disease treated? Although there is no cure for Parkinson's disease, we have medicines, surgical treatment, and other therapies can often relieve some symptoms. So some of the drugs may help. Drugs that increase the level of dopamine in the brain, drugs that affect other brain chemicals in the body, and lastly, drugs that help control non-motor symptoms. But mainly, the main therapy for Parkinson's is levodopa, also called L-dopa. Nerve cells use levodopa to make dopamine to replenish the brain's dwindling supply. So that's it for our video for today. To learn more about genetics, check out our website at psedsciencepup.com because learning science is fun. Thank you.